Hi there, it's Polly here with Mr. Snoots. Yay! So, like, normally I am kind of the forever umpire for role-playing games, but there is a local club that has started up here, which has been a real blessing. And I've been going down there, and they run kind of like Dungeons and Dragons because there's no escaping it. But what they do is every second weekend, they do one-shots where they have people come in and run a one-shot adventure of systems that aren't D&D. Bless them. Mr. Snoots approves. So this has been an opportunity for me to be a player again, and just remember how much I love being a complete bastard. And God, we're just playing, and I was laughing so hard I was almost crying. The guy that runs the club too, he's like, it's just, you total bastard. Because so we're playing Advanced Fighting Fantasy, which were based on the old Jackson sort of Choose Your Own Adventure books, which were fantastic. Not really part of my background. I kind of missed those. I was from the first generation of role-playing gamers, and where these were kind of like second or third generation gamers here. You know, this is kind of late 80s, 90s mostly. I find it's the 90s kids, but it means a lot to them, and I really, really like the system. I'm going to do a review of it because I loved it. But they bring out all these characters, and okay, well, here's this barbarian, and here's this mighty fighter, and here's this magician, and they're flicking through. It says, wait, is there some kind of shifty rogue at all? Not like I have a certain preference for a certain sort of character, but they said, yeah, there is one. There's some personality notes. You can ignore that if you want, but this person is shifty and cowardly. So, fantastic. I will absolutely play that. So, good. Well, we're going down a dungeon. We're just running this dungeon then. Good. Down the dungeon. Good. So, for some reason, everyone's so eager to be in the action that it's like, well, I'm the thief. All right, well, I'll come up. I'll look at this door. Are there any traps on it? Do a skill roll? No. I make the skill roll. Says no. There's no traps in it. And then one of the other players, because he's using like figures and maps, this guy just basically says, "Oh, can the door open? Yeah. All right." So he just puts his figure on the other side of the door. Oh, what's through there? So I immediately pick my figure up and move it to the back of the party. It's like, nope, I'm out of there. Nope, sorry, no fucking way. This is not how we dungeoneer, folks. Or not how I dungeoneer. But I would normally listen quite carefully, open the door a crack with due caution. Usually, if it moves towards me, I'll have it blocked with an iron spike in case someone tries to hammer its way through. We're going to look through. We're going to use the mirror on a stick. We're going to check over the ceiling for green slimes or giant spiders. Etc. I've been playing this thing since the mid-70s, folks. I've got my tried and true techniques, but just, nope, I'm out of there. But this is where the fun started to come in, because these guys were just gloriously gullible, and I was just having too much fun. And the guy that runs the club, he's playing the magic user, and he's just sort of watching me do this and like, oh no. So a few things like, you come into a room. Okay, it's an empty room, except at the far end of the room there is a table, and on the table there is a golden chalice. So thiefy me sorts of, I'm about to, maybe I should check the area for traps. I'm not going to directly approach it, because to me this is just sucker bait. But one of the other player characters, go and have a look at it. So it's, is there anything in the chalice? And the umpire says, yes, there seems to be some sort of ruddy liquor of some sort in the chalice. And so I just said, what taste does he say what taste does he say it has? And the kid just immediately picks up 2 dice or whatever. It's like, yeah, do I have to make a perception roll to figure out what the taste is? And well, I guess you're tasting it then. All right, yeah, roll. And you drink it and it does a d6 of damage. And it begins to go downhill from there as these people become my personal hellish puppets. Yeah. It's just like, you come into this room, and there is a statue standing there, and its hands are laid out like this, and upon these hands there is a sword, but there is some sort of black glow around the sword, and well, again, I might go and I think I might go and check it out. And again, other players are, does the sword seem to be attached to the statue? Is it? No, it's got its palms flat, and it seems to be a real sword lying on a stone statue's hands and everything. So I'll just call the guy. Says, is it real still? How heavy does he tell us the sword is? And the kid says, yeah, like, so is it as a full broadsword, or is it just a fake or something? Well, the moment you pick up the sword, this jolt of energy goes through you, and you take this damage and that damage. It's like, you come into a room. There's a checkerboard sort of pattern on the floor, and so hold the phone. Everywhere else has just not had a checkerboard pattern on the floor. So normally I would, well, let's maybe throw a couple of copper pieces forward to see if there's something. Then let's take a spear and let's prod down a couple of random ones of these. Or better still, we'll go and get that broken statue in the next room, and I'll just chuck the severed head of it on a couple of these, see if it triggers things off. And of course, but there's a there's a door over the other side of the room, there's a door over the other side of the room, but unlike the other doors, this one is black. Seems to be made from black obsidian. Oh, and you know, so it's black obsidian, is it? Says another one of the players. Says, yeah. Says, what sort of noises does he tell us are coming from the other side of the door? Says, oh, the kid immediately picks up his listening dice and rolls it. Yeah, that's successful. All right, so you stride across the floor. As soon as you tread on one of the black squares, you take 1d6 damage from it. Oh my god, yeah. So you could kind of puppet these guys around the place. It was embarrassing. Oh god, the guy around the club's just outside. Stop it! Yes. No. Just every horrible, obvious trap's like, oh, what does this guy say happens when he pulls the lever? God. Knock it off. Also, you could just say, hey, I'm not touching that thing. But no. We're playing a game here, and this one of my housemates, love him, he's just playing, but what I've got is, so this is it's a tomb to an emperor, a fairly famous emperor, but for some reason the party did not do any research. So they could have just found the name, but they blundered across this thing. They actually went looking for it. They just, there's a thing up there, but they didn't try researching whose tomb it was. But then there was actually the name of this guy sort of was chiseled into the wall, but they ignored what was chiseled there. They just, whatever. They just went past it and didn't read it. But when they come to the actual entrance to the main tomb, there is this bronze door, and kind of cast into the door is this huge demon face. But the jaw was hinged, and the teeth of the jaws are actually razor-sharp blades. And recessed back behind this, there are some grooves carved into the metal, and it looks like you can put your fist in there and nestle it against these grooves. And then written above this are the words, "In the name of the Emperor." So, one of the other players immediately pushes past my friend and says, "Oh, cool, no, easy. This is like a magic lock." Oh, yeah. So I jam a fist in there, yeah. It fits, right? Says, yes, it does. This is obviously made for a fist. Yeah. And then I just shout out the name of the Emperor. I said, fantastic. What was the name of the Emperor? Have we ever heard of who this thing was? No, you guys are complete hicks from out of town. You came from miles away. You just came out. Oh, hang on. Is it 5, 4? Hang on. Wasn't there something written about like 3 corridors back? 3. We could just go back and read that. 1. Snap! The jaws constantly snap, and your hands off. And then the jaw reopens, your hand falls out, bunk. And my housemate basically, looks at that, says, all right, we've got one more shot at this. The guy with one hand up says, yeah, we've only got one more shot at this. No, Mr. Pointless. It doesn't have to be you jamming your hand in there. I love it. Oh, my goo, these people. Actually, as it turned out, that little session, the severed hand was fantastic because my housemate immediately grabs the hand and he just lashes it onto the end of a pole. And he said, "Can I lash it under the end of a pole so it looks like this?" Yeah, I'll lash a twig or something there. Yeah, because once rigor mortis sets in, it'll stay that way. I can remove the twig, and he now just uses this for touching stuff in the dungeon. You find there's a statue. It's this and that. I'll just touch it with the hand on the end of the pole. Yeah, I'll just poke this thing. It's absolutely horrid, but I loved it. I loved it. Oh, players! Oh, it was good messing with people. I have to say, it was hilarious. But it was hilarious just being cheerfully manipulative again. What flavour does he say this is? Oh yeah, what flavour is it? God, you kids! Oh, Magoo. Anyway, I'm enjoying playing again, and so is he. Yay! Anyway, cheers.